Hey guys, welcome back. Fog Wrestling here with another wrestling review, and sooner or later, man, these shows have got to get better, but it's not really happening at the moment. Even though we did have the best SmackDown we've seen in a while, a couple of shows later, and we're back to complete dog shit. Probably the worst Raw I think we've seen in a while. I mean, the
Yep.
lack of names on this show was unbelievable. I mean, we did have there was like you need some like main eventers on it, but even then they were only seen in like really small fucking doses. So I don't see why if they've got a lack of talent, can they not show the talent that they do have more than once? I mean, is it allergic? Is it legal to like show people more than once? I don't get it. So speaking of once, I mean, we kick off the show with Rusev. He's battling Orton and Corbin. And then Bobby Lashley pops up on the Titantron, and it appears to be he's in Rusev's house, but it looked more like a hotel, or maybe it was his hotel. I don't know. But Rusev said
Yeah,
it
it
was
didn't
his
didn't
room, so
really
I
look like
took.
a house.
Yeah, I mean, I took by room. I took his hotel, but then again, Lana was talking about checking in and shit like that, so maybe it was a hotel room. I mean, who knows? But yeah, anyway, Bobby Lashley was in the hotel room with Lana, and then Rusev snaps and starts beating up Randy Orton and Corbin. Oh, I don't know what Rusev has done. He must be doing a lot of weights in the gym to be able to, single-handedly beat up Orton and Corbin. I thought that was a wee bit. I don't know. I thought it made Orton and Corbin look a wee bit weak there, but I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
enjoying this. People are saying that they're wasting these guys or what they're doing, but at least it's something. You know what I mean?
it's a
This is better than
storyline.
just coming out and having a match than going to the back. So, I'm all for it. And I think Bobby Lashley's actually. People make it as if he's got no charisma. He's just a big black guy with muscles. But I don't know. I think he's
See,
actually
he
alright.
didn't have any charisma about 13 years
Yeah, when
ago,
he
but see,
debuted
see,
it.
see,
Yeah.
see when you see now, anyone 13 years ago is like The Rock compared to these fucking jobbers, and that is a fact.
But the guy did have quite a good stint in TNA as well, like where he was like the main event for a few years, so he was the champion. So they get, I mean, he probably has learned. Whereas back then, he never even got a chance to speak really back in the
He
day.
looks the part. I mean, you would
I mean,
buy
back in the
him
day,
and
the only
Lesnar.
time, yeah, the only he very rarely spoke. I mean, even that whole feud with McMahon. I mean,
Yeah, I can't.
I can't think of many
Who was
words. I
his
mean, I don't
mouthpiece?
remember him saying
It was kind of just
nobody.
fucking.
I think Austin kind of spoke from heading into the main event. Fucking Trump spoke from, but
Not too bad.
I mean,
People.
the most.
I mean, he had a feud with McMahon, Trump, and Austin. This guy should be world champ. I mean, that's three
The
great people.
feud he had with Cena, like, I mean, it was basically Cena doing all the promos. It was kind of like when Cena was doing the promos for Ryback, but it was like Cena was having these promos with Lashley, but only Lashley wasn't saying anything. It was kind of just Cena talking. So
Oh
I don't know,
well.
man, but I think the guy's improved a lot, and this, I don't know where this is going to go, but interesting
Why
storyline.
couldn't
I'm
this?
assuming Lashley's
Why
a
couldn't this have
team
happened
player.
though throughout the show?
Yeah, I
Why
don't
is it a
get.
one and done? Like is Rusev not going
Why?
to go to the hotel room? Like, is he just going to fucking sit backstage at Raw?
No, but see when they've addressed that Lashley is in his room and that he's wearing his fucking dressing gown, that could have been it,
House
or as
coat.
I prefer to call it, house coat.
Aye.
That could have been that segment, and then they could have had another one, in about 20 minutes, half an hour time. To me, it didn't have to be done. The entire thing didn't have to be done right there, right then. But
Could
I mean, that seems
Rusev
to
not
be
have showed
done in a
up and
wee
they were
way.
gone, and then he trashes the hotel room, and then even that could have just ended it. Just a bit of
Yeah,
continuity. I'm sick of these one and dones. It's shit. It's just so drawn out. And then next week it'll be another one and done. Then the next week, and then the next week, and then the next week. It's just
like
gonna repeat the
it's
same
not.
pish.
But you didn't even really have to add anything. You could have just split that up. I just don't understand it. I really don't.
No,
Anyway,
no,
fuck that,
yeah.
right?
This is where the show
Decent
just
start to the
nosedives
show.
until the end. Like,
Decent start to the show.
yeah.
Up next, the Viking Raiders versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode.
Woo!
Probably the worst champs. And not that Ziggler and Roode are the worst people ever, but they just do not care for them as a tag team. They're going absolutely nowhere. It made no sense for them to be a team. I mean, they couldn't buy a win, then all of a sudden they're just thrown together. Lazy booking, and they're against the Viking Raiders, like a team that in 6 months will be absolutely nowhere. They'll probably be doing like fucking segments like the AOP are doing, you know.
No,
We
no,
were
they're
gone
like
for a year
it's
because
like
nobody
putting
wanted to
salt in
fight.
your tea instead of sugar. It just doesn't fucking work. They're just
Oh,
not a
well, I've
tag
never
team.
heard that analogy before, but
Neither have I. I just thought
well,
on the spot and it worked. It would taste like shit, just
anyway,
like these two.
the Viking Raiders beat Ziggler and Rude. What's the difference between the Viking Raiders and Heavy Machinery?
Uh, well, they're both equally pish, so the name. I don't
Okay, so
know.
Viking Raiders won, and they'll probably get a tag team title shot
Well,
later.
yeah,
But then
it's
again,
confirmed for next week. So you beat the champions, then you have to beat them again. Oh, fucking great booking. 50-50 booking, because Rude and Sigler are definitely winning next week. It's 50-50 booking. It's just the way it is.
why did they just do what the Kabuki Warriors did? Just turn up and get a title shot? Like,
I know. Fuck. They know
they
how
could
to
have been
do it.
champs already.
They must have played the racist gimmick.
The privilege card,
the
aye,
race
aye.
card. Aye. We
Right,
can't
up next,
read the
Alistair
contract, so we'll just fucking.
Well, we
Get a
don't know
wee
what's
title
happening,
match.
so we just have to make up some shit. Alistair Black crushes the Singh brothers. I mean, Singh brothers have never been relevant. The only time the Singh brothers have been relevant is when Brock's been suplexing them at the ring, or Orton's been fucking trying to break their necks with dodgy backdrops into RKOs on the announce tables. That's probably it. I mean, that's pretty much it. So Alistair Black beats these guys. I mean, what this does for him, I don't know.
Nothing.
Who's going to
Does
knock on
nothing
the
for
door?
me.
I mean,
But the guy has
I
tattoos.
fucking-
The guy has
I wish
tattoos.
someone would lock the door and throw away the key, fucking leave him in it, like, because I just don't see where the guy's going. He's got tattoos, but what is he, a vampire?
Who's going to knock on his door? He's not the champ. He's just some bum that just battered two Indian guys. Why would you knock
But
on his door?
What is his gimmick? Is it a vampire the way he rises up from that entrance, kind of?
He looks like
If
one of
you
those
compare
guys who just
Alice-
opened up an e-cigarette shop. That's what he looks like. He's nothing special. He's just piss.
Yeah, but what's he supposed to be?
A fucking jobber, a cashier. I don't know.
Because
A
Alistair
hipster.
Black, I mean, if you compare him to Kevin Thorne, I mean, there's only one winner, like.
It's a TV remote.
I don't think. What are you on about hipster? He's clearly not supposed to be a hipster. You fucking mongoloid.
Well, what else is he supposed to be? I don't know.
Well, the
he
way
looks like
right-
fucking a hipster.
No, the way he rises up, it's clearly like a vampire fucking thing. They're trying to go with.
Oh no!
Kinda
Well,
hipster.
if they're going for a vampire, they're fucking failing pretty big time. Where's his fangs?
What hipster? What hipster rises up like that and says, "Who's going to knock on the door?"
I'm not talking. I'm not talking about the way he rises. I'm talking about the way he's got like tattoos and he just looks like a fucking jobber. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about his gimmick. Although his gimmick's pretty pish. What he rises up, here's the alarm clock. He's got work in the morning, so he rises up like the fucking Undertaker. Am I supposed to? Is that to make,
Well,
is that to
maybe
make
rise-
everyone
I mean-
change the channel? Is that
Most people
must-watch
just-
TV?
Most people would roll over and hit snooze, like, but he just rises up and fucking walks it to the ring. Anyway, who
Oh.
cares? He wins 2-1. Fucking weird looking finisher. I think he debuted it here for the first
He's
time.
a
but
weird
nobody
looking
cares.
guy.
Speaking of nobody cares, AOP had a segment and I didn't even watch it. So up next with the Lush House Party versus the OC. I mean, why is it? You know, why the fuck's AJ Styles being jobbed out with these 5 bums?
It's not even like Rey Mysterio's leading these three, which I said would be a pretty good idea if they were going to attack Brock at his ranch. But he's not.
Fucking Ray versus AJ would be a good match. But anyway, Pish, AJ Styles beat one of the. I think he ended up beating Kalisto. Was that a surprise? No. Up next, Natalya versus Lacey Evans, last woman standing match. Yeah, I know these two have technically been in a rivalry, but
Match of the
last
night.
man standing matches are supposed to be to end fucking, mental feuds. This hasn't really been a mental feud, it's just been petty. It's been all the people facing. Do you know what I mean? It's like they've been facing off, but there's nothing.
woman, and you're the heart. Match.
I don't know, absolute shit.
Shit.
I mean, Natalia wins.
I mean, a decent couple of
just women
spots, like, but there's
matches
nothing to fucking
look
great.
sloppy.
Yeah, there's nothing to really.
Nothing to warrant a last man standing match.
No.
Yeah.
Pish. Next, what happened next? Put me at my
It'd be
misery.
like Robert Roode and the Viking Raiders having their last team standing match, and it's nothing Just not. Or like
Nothing warrants
Corbin,
it.
Gable. It's like, yeah, they've had a bit of a feud, but there's nothing that intense, you know. Oh, hold on here, man. We need a last man standing match.
Like Brock Ray
So,
would warrant one, even though they haven't even had a match. It's just been like a one and done, but it would still warrant one more than this shit. He killed his son. Well, attempt to
yeah,
kill his
or the
son.
Fiend versus fucking Seth Rollins at the next pay per view. Speaking of those two, they were nowhere to be seen tonight. You know what I mean? This women's match, just
Do it for me, man.
doesn't do nothing for me.
Nothing on this
Alexa,
card really does anything for me. Like so.
so up
That's just
next
the
with the
truth.
Kabuki. Oh no, we didn't with Miz TV with Sasha Banks and no Miz TV with Bailey. Miz TV with Becky Lynch and third time lucky. Got it right. Miz TV with Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Same piss here.
I
You
hate
know,
Miz
Becky
TV.
Lynch.
It was never good.
The Miz needs to turn heel.
See
Doesn't he?
now, as wrestling's just got worse over the years, the guests have obviously got worse. I mean, I know last week we had Flair and Hogan, but that's different. Flair and Hogan could carry a bag of dog shit to your front door and you'd still take it in. So, this was just awful. I'm the man.
Yeah,
I'm the queen. And these two are
see you knock on the door and you see a bag of dog shit with Ric Flair's signature, you'd be like, happy days. See you knock on the door and it's Alistair Black, you just
I know.
fucking close it. You know what I mean? So anyway, these two are talking. Charlotte says she's a 10-time champ. Becky says she's holding the belt that she made relevant. Charlotte says that she made Becky relevant. I mean, who cares? Why didn't Becky just turn around and go, look, I'm Pish, and you're only relevant because your last name's fucking Flair. Whoa. No, I mean, I don't know. The Kabuki Warriors come out speaking Japanese. Why? I have no idea.
Oh, son of Scotland 90, how are you, my friend?
Becky Lynch says that she's not happy that she lost to Asuka, and she wants to put that right. And she calls out Asuka, and then she starts fighting with Kairi Sane instead of Asuka. So I don't know, well,
I mean,
whatever.
that is just fucking retarded. Maybe
then-
she couldn't tell them apart. Maybe Becky Lynch is a wee bit on the
Could be,
racist side, but we don't
And
know.
then after the match, Bliss and Nikki Cross come out and beat down the Kabuki Warriors, and I think they're going to get a rematch. Even though apparently rematches are gone, they're going to get a rematch for their
See,
titles.
this booking. This booking is disastrous. It makes both the champ, the women champs, not even look that good because they're getting battered by a team that hasn't been anywhere. And then the team who hasn't been anywhere just won the tag titles for the two people who've just come out and battered them, even though why couldn't they have battered them last night and retained the title? So all of them just look shit. Who books it?
Yeah, the
Paul
two
Heyman.
single fucking people lose, and then the tag champs lose to the team that just beat them the week before. It's like, whatever.
Who writes this?
Up next with nobody.
Could you imagine, right?
Nobody competent.
Say it's like 2002. Brock's a champ and Triple H is the champ, right? So they're taking on the Dudley Boys, and the Dudley Boys just beat I don't know, Billy and Chuck, and Billy and Chuck look strong out of those six. I mean, that makes no sense. Even though those
Right.
six are so fucking vastly superior to these six jobbers, but you get my point.
Anyway, up next, promo with OC. Talk about getting split up. Split up, who cares? I mean, they've been together. They've been back together, what, fucking 5 minutes? AJ Styles probably be better off on his own anyway. I mean, these two bums are they're never going to make it. Gallows and Anderson.
They're good at
Who
doing
gives a
podcasts and
fucking
Austin
monkeys?
impersonation and
Yeah,
hard
I'll be
Finkel,
honest.
but
Yeah,
that's it.
see, these two are actually pretty funny at podcasts. I will give them credit to where it's due. I mean, WWE are smart. Maybe they do a podcast with these two. I don't know, but in terms of what we're seeing on actual TV, man, they've never done anything that's made me think,
Well,
oh,
let's
this is
slap a wee
great.
bit of face paint on them and they'll be mental.
The best thing
No.
Gallows has done is been retard Festus
Yeah.
or fake Kane. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's the best thing he's done. So, it is what it is. Up next, Ricochet against Apollo Crews. I mean,
Next. I don't care.
Um,
No one cares. No one cares.
like Hell in a Cell had a lot of just random matches, and this is kind of a random match, a face versus a face, and there was no heat, there was nothing, no storytelling.
People
And
saying
the
Tyson
only
Fury's
thing-
the bathroom break. Then what's this? What is this? If this
The
ain't
only
the bathroom
thing
break, what
noteworthy
is, man?
in this match was, it's not even noteworthy. The only thing that caught my eye was Vic Joseph says, this could be the last time we see both of these guys wrestle on Raw. And my thought to that was thank fuck. And I don't know, but if we
I
don't get
hope
to
they're
see him
going
on
to
Raw, we'll get to see him
NXT.
on SmackDown. So it doesn't really fucking matter unless they get drafted. I mean, hopefully they do get drafted to NXT because I'll never watch that shit. I wonder if NXT's actually in the draft.
I think it might be.
I was going to say you could call EC3 up, but I totally forgot they've actually called him up and they're just jobbing him out. So
He needs to
there
go
you
to
go.
AEW.
Yeah, I mean AEW needs stars, and he could be
See the
one.
amount of
So
people that
I'd
TNA
fucking
lost
sign
that have
him
went
up.
to NXT, like in WWE. See if AEW was created just a couple of years earlier, like they could have all went, and AEW's roster would look so much better. But shit happens. What? So was what's up next?
Um, dance break, but I ain't gonna fucking. I ain't gonna watch
I
it.
didn't see this in my highlights. Who's doing this?
Yeah, there was a dance break. I don't know, some woman with blonde hair, and then there was a fucking WWE Universe members play "What's My Name," but again, I ain't gonna fucking get involved in that.
And
So who
what?
moves?
Where's
That's
the
it, guys.
24? Wait,
Main
where's the
event.
24/7 title? Is that another thing that's exclusive to Fox? Raw's been fucking shafted,
Probably.
like honestly.
So main event. Tyson Fury says he wants an apology. Braun Strowman comes out, said he's not getting one. Strowman says he's lucky Fury never got in the ring, or else, you know, he'd ate him for lunch. Fury says you're lucky that security's never let me get in the ring because I knocked you out. Very scripted here. You can tell that Fury wasn't saying what he wanted to say, or at least he had to stick to the script or stick to, you know, word by word lines because this is not Tyson Fury. Definitely not. Braun says, I'd leave you lying flat on your back looking up at the lights for longer than that long 10 count you got against Wilder. And that didn't really draw much of a reaction. No one knows who Deontay Wilder is, so I mean,
Yeah.
and he could have been talking Chinese like Asuka for a week here at this stage. And then Fury says, I'm heavyweight champion of the world. How many heavyweight titles have you won? And that was probably the best of the interaction.
That's the best line of 20. Apart from a little bit of the bubbly, has there been a better line?
Probably not.
Destroyed. I mean, that's. I mean, where's Strowman come back from that? The guy's fucking done.
I mean, he looked a bit pissed off. Like, I mean, it's kind of true. But I mean, I know if this was the real Tyson, he'd elaborate a lot more than that, and there would have been bums and dossers getting thrown everywhere. But
You
you
can't even win a fake title, mate.
know, I mean, that's what he would have been saying, but I guess he wasn't allowed to. Tyson pushes Braun. Braun charges at Tyson, lifts him up. Looked a wee bit shit, to be
It
honest.
did. It's Tyson Fury
Yeah,
legs. I don't know. Some of it that looked fat. That was funny. Like
It looked fucking weird as fuck.
it didn't look. It didn't look shit. It just looked very weird. Like out of context or something. It shows you that Fury can't. It looked like Strowman was picking him up at a burning building or something like that. I don't know. That's what it looked like to me.
Fury can't work. Let's put it that way.
No, he can't work.
Fuck me.
It's a month to fucking figure it out.
And then basically security try to separate these guys. Can't happen. They do the whole. Do you remember when it was first done with Cena and Brock? Remember they first done the major pull apart and it was good? How many times have they tried to repeat that since?
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I didn't mind this one as much because Fury's sitting there decking the security guards, which is better than Cena
and then
and his fake punches.
security guards can't get the job done, so
Cesaro and the job
the
squad.
jobbers come out. Got Mojo Rawley there, I think, guy that was supposed to be getting a push, but we haven't seen him in months. Remember he was doing that thing, looking in the mirror, like, what do you see? Fucking pile of big dog shit looking back at me in the mirror. And then Tyson Fury decks Cesaro, raises his hand, and Braun Strowman says something backstage. He runs back out, and it's like they didn't cut this quick enough because like Strowman gets in the ring, and it's kind of awkward because there's like enough time for Strowman and Fury to get involved, but they don't, and they kind of have to back off a wee bit, and then the camera cuts away, and you're like, wow, Jesus Christ. Pish, poor, but I don't know, man. mean, it's nice seeing Fury, but this I wouldn't say this was good. Like this whole show was shit. Let's be perfectly honest.
No, no, their match needs like Austin as guest ref. It's someone actually good as the guest referee to carry this. Because I don't know how this gets booked. The way Strowman picked him up, it just didn't look very.
I mean, it was
organic.
nice to see Fury, but my favourite part of the show was the Bobby Lashley thing.
Yeah, I mean,
So
the two best parts about this show was the ending, which should have been a lot better, and the start, which also in turn could have been a lot better. But see everything in between. I've never seen worse TV. Honestly, what was there here? It was.
and we've
fucking
watched Fear the Walking
shocking.
Dead, so that says quite a lot. Like,
Yeah, like, I don't know.
So I don't know where we go from here, guys. But I'm giving this show. I'll give it a 1 out of 10. And really, if it wasn't from Fury being on this show, I would have got a 0.
See, I can't give it a 0 because I've dished out zeros. But the thing about the other shows, they haven't been.
The other shows were better than this.
Yeah,
Probably,
but because
but
this had
just
better, because it had Fury, I guess. But the other shows were consistent. Like there was nothing really even above meh or good. It was just like
The other
consistently
shows were
shit.
consistently fucking dog shit.
Well, this was
But this
like
show was like
apart from
started
15 minutes
decent,
either
ended
end,
decent.
it was fucking woeful.
See, with the start and end, this is up there for potentially the worst show I've ever seen.
And that's not even that's not an exaggeration. But you'll get all
By the
these
way,
fuckers like Woke Culture giving it like an A+ grade. I mean, what? An A+
oh,
grade?
what ups and downs? Well, Ricochet and Alistair
Oh,
Black.
that gets the golden up. Duh, duh, duh. Aye, golden up because I'll be pissing over that match because it's absolute pish. Fucking shit. Supposed to mark my way.
Yeah, do you know totally non-relatable to Raw, like, but Joe Conrad Thompson, they were talking about like pay-per-views and stuff. Oh, no, it was when they were doing the CM Punk podcast, and he wanted to bring up. Obviously, they're talking about like CM Punk's like rise in the WWE, so they brought up the paper ECW December to Dismember, and he referred to that as the worst pay-per-view of all time. This is a recent podcast. I mean, I don't see how that's the worst. I really don't. No, Conrad Thompson.
Right, I can see why they think. Well, not why the pay-per-view. I mean,
It was
yes,
disappointing.
it should have been Punk,
disappointing.
Van Dam, Sabu, one of them, not fucking Lashley. But M&M Hardy's was good. I liked the extreme elimination chamber for what it was, even though if it was, why was it Lashley? Wasn't it?
I'd say disappointing.
Yeah, it could have been a lot better. Like, why wasn't
the
Tommy
last
Dreamer and
thing I would say
Sandman
is
in a match or
I-
something?
I would not call it the worst pay-per-view of all time. Like,
No.
yeah, fucking pay-per-view's better than anything I've seen in 2019. Like, so.
Because every pay-per-view this year's been worse.
Yeah, that's including fucking all it, guys, for all you indie jobbers. But anyway, that's it, man. I'm giving this Raw a 1, but really, it's one of the worst Raws I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'll give it a 1. I had Fury on it. That was about it. Not much more to say. AEW has to do better than this. If it doesn't, Jesus Christ. You've got Jericho, and Jericho proclaims that this is the best era, and he's the best he's ever been, so fuck, he has to do something better than this. And that is it. Any closing words?
I think it's hard to rate a show because no matter how bad it is, if there's one good thing on it, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like you can't give it a 0, well, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why I can't put Fury in the loop a wee bit. Fury's t-shirt,
You know?
Big Dosser's pretty great, so
But we didn't even get to hear him say that.
yeah.
So,
Anyway, though, I mean, we wanted this to go 10 minutes, not 24. So until next time, guys, check out Wednesday.
peace.